what is something that makes you really hopeful for this moment in history?
Just the beautiful people out there that are fed up and are not acting like victims. That right there is massive. I think what's happened over the last several years with the whole COVID situation, that's really draw the line in the sand and really said, it's time for us to step into our power. Nobody's coming to save us. It's on us to embody and become the doctor and become the teacher and become the scientist and become all that stuff. Like, we don't have to neglect our own intuition and our own powers because we've been told we don't deserve to have those. No, forget that. And that is what I'm inspired by. Seeing so many people wanting to learn more. Just on my media itself, the amount of people that are so stoked to be on this journey with the message, it's incredible. And I'm meeting people from all walks of life. I don't care who they are, the most famous actor in the world, the most famous athlete in the world, to the person that lives across the street or whatever, the local librarian. Everybody is starting to feel the charge, and they're starting to feel like maybe we're at the 11th hour. I'm not one of those like prepper types. Okay, we got to prep this whole thing that someone's going to pull the plug like Terminator 2, Skynet's going to attack. This stuff's unfolding. Our system is imploding from within. Every sector is on its last leg. It's sputtering a little bit. We got to be ready for it, and we got to spiritually be ready for it. They say it's a spiritual war. Sure, there is a spiritual war going on, but it really begins with the war within you. And so everyone who's listening to this, it's a matter of you just practicing your self-love and demanding to yourself that you matter. You matter to be able to put yourself in a position where you're going to be drinking clean water, where you're not going to be bathing in municipal water, where you might be able to get off some of the pharmaceutical drugs that you've been on, because it's time to go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's time to mend relationships and move on from relationships. It's time to take accountability, and maybe you're the problem. You know what I mean? That's another thing. We're always like focused on remove the people that are around you that are blood sucking you. But what about you? We got to look at ourselves too and see how we play the role of that equation. And just so much. So I'm inspired for the amount of people, at least in my influence, that are stepping up in their truth and doing it in an authentic way, and not in a spiritual bypass or spiritual ego type shit.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you optimistic for?
Thanks for asking. What am I optimistic for?
I know that you just moved on from a tough situation, and you're now stepping into a level of sovereignty and clarity because there's more space within you to be able to see and feel and allow yourself to go into, right? So there's probably a level of empowerment there. Lots of
empowerment. Yeah, that's what's interesting is now I've been so focused on myself that it's like I have so much hope for the God that I know has been the hand in my life, and the God that I know that has been in control of my life, and the God that I know as the one creator that is doing and watching this all with purpose in a non-religious way. I just have a lot of faith. I've had so much faith in my path, and I've had so much clarity of my path that I just have hope for the rest of humanity. And I just kind of can't get too much caught into the rest because it takes me down a little bit too much. So I have to stay just kind of in my realm of focus and focus on me waking up for the dream as much as possible.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's because it's hard to think about what's positive, but I guess I see within my community lots of people actually truly waking up in a really beautiful way. And I think 2020 brought so much clarity for a lot of people that didn't want to see, and that even from that point where maybe they didn't see at the time, but now we're starting to see the truth of everything. But now I'm really looking forward to people, instead of making their life the desire to be like a YouTuber or content creator, podcaster, to actually be like, I want to change the school systems. I want to
real substantial work.
No, literally.
Yeah. I'm totally.
Like, please God, don't tell me you want to be a coach.
Yeah.
Please literally like
do something.
Work on like clean water.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this as someone that does this, but it's just, that's my deepest desires, for people to have like jobs that are actually in the work of that, rather than like just being because this is my dharma, damn it.
No, I appreciate that. That reminds me of like Wall Street. Like Wall Street, it's not really making money, or they're not really making anything. It's spec, and it's just transferring of this and banking on this. And
well, when you think about that the market is like just energy.
It's just, it's totally energy.
Do we have faith in this or not?
Yeah.
Do we think this is going to go a certain way or not? That's insane.
It's so crazy. It's all hype.
All hype.
And that's why it can immediately just drop out because it wasn't built on a rooted system.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Morning Microdose by Almost 30.
We hope you enjoyed waking up.
As always, we encourage you to take what resonates and leave the rest. If you enjoyed this trip, tune into the full episode on the Almost 30 podcast. All episode information can be found in the show notes.
Make sure to subscribe, and if this becomes a part of your morning routine, be sure to share it with a friend. We have new inspiring doses Monday through Friday. Follow us on Instagram at Morning Microdose, and follow Almost 30 at Almost 30 Podcast.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the vortex.